We have 3 new emails from the NDEB for 3 different situations. The conclusion is the AFK August exam is fully booked, and the next one is in Feb 2022, according to these emails. If you want more analysis and more takeaways, we will go through these emails in detail and see what we could learn from them together in this video. And also at the end of the video, there is an update that is not related to this topic, but it's too short for it to be in its own video, so I added it here. So stick around and watch until the end of the video if you want to see what that's about. So let's get started. All right, so let's begin with the emails. It's June 4, 2021, and there's 2 emails that were sent yesterday on June the 3rd and 1 today. Okay, so let's go through this one first. Okay, so we have, all right, you can see this email saying, based on the locations you selected in your survey, we are not able to assign you a seat for this session. Okay, you could see the rest of it here as we explained. The email sent with the survey, seats will be assigned based on original payment. So the order of who gets into the August exam, or who gets the priorities based on order of payment. But it also depends on what you select. Okay, so this student selected the only Calgary location. Right, so apparently Calgary was full, so this student may have been a priority student and they could have got in if they had more locations selected. But this specific student told me that they selected only Calgary, so maybe that was full and that's why they didn't get in. Okay, so that's first of all me. So you could take from this that, hey, is it only Calgary that's closed up, that's been fully booked and doesn't have any more seats? Okay. If a preferred location is not available based, right here, if a preferred location is not available based on your order of priority, you will not be scheduled for the August session. Okay. Now here, the next takeaway is the next regularly scheduled AFK will take place in Feb 2022. So this kind of means that there isn't going to be an additional exam in 2021 in December as they thought they may have been able to do. However, you can see here it says new reopening plans are being announced regularly, and we are optimistic that we'll be able to increase capacity in Feb. Okay, so now let's take this up to the drawing area, and we have these conclusions from this email. Okay, first of all, the Calgary was closed based on this email. Now, next exam in Feb 2022, so there's no additional exam in 2021, but they're going to try to increase the capacity in Feb 2022. Now, the question I have is, did this student lose their priority for the next exam? Because they didn't say they had priority for the Feb 2022. That's what's kind of something that's keeping me on, like, thinking about that. I'm like, did they lose their priority? Okay, so let's kind of just draw so far what we have. Okay, so we know what we usually do. Okay, we got the August 2021, Feb 2022 right here. Okay, and as you know, we had, let's call it the A batch from December void exam. We had the B batch from the Feb canceled exam. Then we had what we call the C batch, which is the people that were planning to take August in the first place, that they're coming for August, right? So who's in this exam? Who got in the August exam? Well, not everybody from A and B, unfortunately. Okay, so people from August did not even get a chance to go into the August exam. People that were originally planning to take the August exam couldn't get in. Because people from A plus B that were given priorities, call these a priority people, based on order of payment. And by the way, I heard from 3 people, or from a person, that there's 3 people that registered. They all paid, like one paid at 9:15, one at 17, and one at 9:19, like 2 minutes apart. And the one in the middle didn't get a survey. So it might not be order of when you paid, maybe when they received the payment. So keep that in mind. That's where maybe there could be a difference. But basically, not everybody from here got into the August exam. There's some leftovers, okay, that could not get into the August 2020 exam. So now who's going for the Feb 2022 exam? We have C plus, what are we going to call the leftovers from A plus B, right? Let's call them, let's call them, I don't know, small a and small b, okay? So there's going to be small a plus small b, whoever is left over from the priority people, okay? So that's who's going to, now they will also be given priority for the Feb 2022 exam. So we don't have a new one in December or an additional one in 2021. However, there's something, are they all given priority? So that's the thing I've been asked. So the first email that we looked at, okay, let me bring this back down. The first email here is saying that the student here that got the survey and filled the survey up and chose the locations and did not get in the exam, they didn't mention that they have a priority again. Okay, so this situation, just to be clear, who is a student? The student is someone that got the survey, okay? So that student is someone that, let's call them student type, let's call them 1, got survey, okay, chose their locations, but didn't get into the exam. Okay, why? Because maybe they didn't choose enough locations. Like, let's say someone only wants to go to Toronto. Okay, so they chose Toronto. They didn't get in. So they may lose their priority because, I don't know, they didn't mention in the email, do they lose their priority? So do they keep priority? Question mark, okay? So I don't know, didn't mention. Why am I saying this? Because the next email mentions that they kept their priority. So let's go to the next email. Okay, so here's the other email that was sent yesterday. Now, this is a different situation, different type of student. So this one is saying, further to the email dated whatever, all right here, all the available seats for the August 20 AFK have been offered to examinees by order of priority. No further survey emails will be circulated for this examination session. So some of these students actually got an email saying, before, they got an email saying that they will be getting a survey email. But maybe the NDEB is like, whoa, we didn't know that all these people are going to register. Okay, you're not going to get a survey anymore because... So these students didn't get a survey to choose their locations in the first place. So as you did not receive a survey email, you will keep your priority for the next regularly scheduled AFK, which is, again, here they confirm going to be Feb 2022. And they also confirm, and they'll be in touch with those students through email. And they also confirm here, again, new reopening plans are being announced, meaning that they're going to open more centers to take the exam. So hopefully the Feb 2022 will increase its capacity, right? So what's the takeaway from this email? This student did not receive a survey. They will keep their priority for the Feb 2022 exam and confirms next exam will be in 2022 with an increased capacity. We already talked about this point from the previous email. So the two new points, the really new point is this one here. Okay. So student 2, if we break that down a bit, okay, did not get survey. Okay, so since they did not get survey, keeps priority for Feb 2022. Okay, so we got people that got the survey and didn't get in, and we got people that didn't get the survey and also didn't get in the exam. So both these type of students, unfortunately, no exam, no August for them. Okay, let's just say. I'm going to change to red just to make it more colorful for you guys. All right, no August for them. Okay, so now the third student, the third type of student, the third email here is today. And these are the people that got the survey, filled it up, and got into the exam. They got a seat. They're the people that booked the seats, filled them up, and, you know, we're happy for them. Good. And all you could hope for is that next time you get the seat. Okay. So let's see what their email said. It said that, okay, mainly the ones I highlighted here in the box, you will receive an email once you have been placed in the exam location. So it's not the, you know, a position to be envied that much. They still don't know their location, and we are ready to accept payment. So there's two things we're waiting here. No further action is needed at this time. You can expect an email with payment instructions that are coming later in the coming days. You will only receive the email once we have finalized registration. So two things here. Seats have not been yet confirmed, or not seats, let's say location. Okay, seats location have not yet been confirmed, and prices, we don't know what it is or hasn't been confirmed. I'm thinking it's not going to be something too unreasonable anyway. But the seats part, isn't that interesting? So let's talk about what could that mean. So we have now student 3, okay, got survey, right? Chose locations and got into August. Okay, awesome. So they got into the exam. So these guys, if they fail, they will lose their priority because they already got their chance. So keep that in mind. However, they don't know where their location says. Don't know location. Isn't that weird? So like you could create a lot of weird scenarios here. So like, let's say, you know, a student lives in Toronto. I don't know. They put their first, so lives in Toronto. You know, they put their first priority Toronto, maybe Ottawa, and then maybe, you know, Calgary. I'm just going to say something here. And someone that lives, let's say, in Calgary, put their first thing Calgary, let's say, and maybe, let's just say, this doesn't make sense, but let's just say they put Toronto, right? So now, based on the order of payment, if this person gets the, let's say, the priority to get the seat because their payment was first, but what if Toronto was booked and Ottawa was booked? Then they have to go to Calgary, right? So someone from Toronto may have to go to Calgary. Now let's assume this person, okay, let's say they found Calgary booked for some reason, and you know they had to go to Toronto. I don't know if that could happen. Is this a realistic scenario? You tell me what you think in the comments, okay? But I'm just saying that people right now, students that are booked in the August exam, don't know where they have to travel because they don't know which seat they got. Did they get something that is their priority, the first choice, like in their city? Did they get the second choice? Did they get the third? So, you know, everybody could be traveling all over the place within Canada soon, not knowing where their exam, just waiting until they receive the information from the NDEB as where to their location is. Now, maybe this example is flawed a bit, maybe it didn't make sense, but you know, I'm just putting here, maybe it could happen something like that, right? Someone here has to go over there, someone here has to go over here. I don't know how that would work out, possibly it did, but you get the point. And on the day they'll send them the email to confirm their location, they're also going to need to pay that day. Okay, so I think that those are the three types of students we have now that got the 3 emails, and now we are hoping that the FEB exam, right? The FEB exam, it's going to increase capacity. That's what they're saying. I mean, they're hoping that they're going to be able to do that, right? They feel confident, as they said in the email, that they will increase capacity. Hopefully, we already know that. I mean, think about it. These are the December, right? Where am I here? Okay, so if you go here, these are 2 full cycles of students, right? 2 full cycles. So that's a lot. So for them to being able to accommodate maybe a lot of them, that's good still, right? Now there's going to be some leftover. So Is the leftover equal to 2 full cycles? Right? Possibly. I think they probably, it depends. Did they only take half of A plus B, right? So if they took only half of A plus B, right, then that means we still have 2 full cycles, right? However, if they took more than half of the priority people, then hopefully, you know, this number of students would equal, you know, less than, you know, 2 full cycles. Now, again, we have to remember that there are probably students that were originally planning to take the exam in Feb, which we could call them batch D. So now we have a lot of students trying to take the Feb. I think it's not gonna, they're not gonna have the capacity to do it, to fill everybody up again, right? Like to manage to have all of these students to take the exam. I don't think they'll be able to do it. But you know, let's be hopeful. Let's hope that they can. If they can't, people that are planning to take the Feb exam, that were originally planning for Feb, you know, you might have to prepare and keep in mind that you might be taking the August after. People that were planning for August, well, you're gonna have to kind of compete for the seats in the Feb exam. So remember, the priority is only given to some of A plus B, not all of them, right? Plus, the people in C don't get priority. Like the people that were planning to take the August exam do not have priority. So C plus D, there's no priority. There's no difference if you if you took a course planning for the August exam, and you weren't part of Feb and December, there's no difference between you and someone just came today planning to take the Feb exam. There's no priority here, right? So remember, these are the only people. Let's draw the priority people in a different color, right? So the priority people are only these people, right? Right? So everybody after this, right, from, let's say from here to here, are not priority. So you're going to have to compete. So there will be, for sure, there will be seats open for, I think I could say I'm confident that in the Feb 2022, the exam will open like public registration on the website. Why? Because once they ask the priority people to fill in the seats, they will fill, but they're not going to fill all the seats, right? There'll be some left over, and then that's when they open it on the website for everybody to register, public registration, like everybody. And then people in C and D, and whoever failed it previously in the exam will have to compete, you know, the whole waking up in the morning, trying to click the location you want before everybody else, right? So unfortunately, that's going to happen. Let's hope that the capacity increases enough that everybody could be covered. You know, we wish that could happen. That's what we want, but most likely, I don't think that will happen, okay? Anyway, keep your hopes up. In this meantime, you can keep studying, you can keep reviewing, you can even do other things outside of this, right? You know, look at it as maybe a breath of fresh air. Try to get experience if you want to work somewhere or shadow someone. I've been telling my students you could go shadow just to kind of get some experience. You could improve other life experiences, right? You could use courses online to improve other life experiences that are not related to dentistry. So, you know, look at it as something, try to enjoy the time, try to make it beneficial for yourself, and continue to study as well. But you don't want to reach fatigue before your exam. So keep it light if you're not sure that you're going to get into the next exam. We offer alumni discounts for our students if they want to repeat the course. Even if they want to consider taking ACJ, it might be even something to build on top of that, right? Okay, so let's see what we have here so far. The takeaways, let's review them. Some people may have lost their priority. I don't know. I can't tell you the answer to this question is 100%. Like maybe not, right? But they just didn't mention that this student has priority. The ones that filled the survey, chose a location, but didn't get into the exam. Okay, we could kind of say confidently that the next exam is going to be in Feb 2022. There's no additional exam in 2021 unless they change their mind. There's going to be increased capacity in Feb 2022 to allow for more students to take the exam, right? Students that did not get a survey at all, you keep your priority for the Feb exam. So keep in mind that you're most likely going to get in the Feb exam. Okay, so this is the time to focus on a course. If you're taking a course or if you want to repeat, this is the time to focus on that. Okay, because everybody that didn't get a survey that was promised one, you will most likely get into the Feb 2022. So at least you know now, right? That's a good, comfortable feeling. You know that you're going to get in 2022. If you were promised a survey but you didn't get one, you're most likely getting in Feb 2022. So you could start taking it seriously that you should prepare for that, right? A lot of people didn't even know if they were getting in the August. So you might be thinking, well, the people that got in August, they're lucky, okay, but they weren't sure if they were going to get into August. So they're maybe preparing, kind of unsure. But now the people that were promised a survey and didn't get one, you know almost for sure that you're probably going to get into the Feb 2022. So maybe for the best, and like maybe what's best for you this way, right? Look at the bright side. And the people that got in August, don't feel bad. That may be best for you. Maybe you are prepared. So just kind of look at the bright side here. Try to look at it that happened for a reason and prepare for the best. Okay, and just prepare for the exam. Okay, so hopefully you understood what I said there. Okay, students that were promised a survey, didn't get one, and they have priority in Feb. This is the time you prepare. Good to know that you're taking the exam in Feb 2022. You don't have to feel like you're not sure here, right? And then you have the people that got into August exam. Unfortunately, you don't know where your location is. Hopefully, you guys get a location that's convenient for you. And prices are not confirmed yet. You're still going to have to pay, but I think it's not going to be something unreasonable. So those are the points we want to discuss. If you have any additional things you think I missed or any analysis, put in the comments. We could have a discussion. That'll be fun to do if you guys agree or don't agree. Also, the new thing I realized, I got this news here. I just have a photo of it, but it's on the website. But it's basically about, I just heard that McGill Faculty of Dentistry doesn't need the AFK exam anymore for its dental program for international trained dentists. So you can see here it's saying for future admission cycles, the advanced dental admission test will be required to apply. The NDEB assessment of fundamental knowledge, AFK, will not be considered anymore. Okay, at this time we're unable to confirm seats to be available for winter 2022 entry as we are waiting for confirmation of lab. Sure. So they don't need, that's interesting. McGill University doesn't want the AFK, doesn't care about the AFK anymore. Maybe something to do with if it's compromised or not, but they want this ADAT test. So I looked a little bit into that ADAT test. It looks like it's an American test, and it's a whole different structure. 80 questions and 40. Kind of weird. Maybe I'll make a video about it a little bit more one day, and maybe I'll make a video about these universities too, but you could just look up the link and see what the requirements are anyway. Just interesting thing to keep in mind that they don't need the AFK. So you could go do ADAT, which happens, I think, twice a year from what I saw on the link. And if you want to really get into McGill, you could do that and try to get in. There's other requirements as well. So take a look if you're serious about that. I thought it was just interesting news, and I would share that with you. I looked at Saskatchewan University. They still need the AFK. Because I heard a rumor that they also don't need AFK, but I checked on the website, said they do need the AFK. I looked at UFT, they also need the AFK. So the only one I know that doesn't need AFK and wants ADAT exam is McGill here. Okay. So I think I probably captured everything I wanted to say here. Hope that summarizes it for you and you benefit from that. So that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next video. And please subscribe and like the video if you like the video. Have a good day.